All right, Shalom. Giving our praises, glory, and honors unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Kakadash. Double honor to the apostles, elders, bishops of the great millstone. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect. This will be an update to the MOTB, which is the prophecy to be fulfilled pursuant to Revelation chapter 13, verse 16. And the world is gearing up to implement a new payment system. Okay. Countries like Japan and certain countries in BRICS are and Saudi Arabia, also are now, pretty much at the point where all the trade that they do will be in their own currencies or different currencies and devaluing the dollar. Okay? So that's going to put more of a strain on hyperinflation over here in the States. And that's eventually going to lead to an economic collapse that will happen. It's going to happen around the world, but it's going to definitely happen over here in the U.S. So now what I have here from CNBC.com, where it says Mastercard to phase out manual card entry for online payments in Europe by 2030. See, everything is going from manual inputs, using cash and coins. Everything is going to automatic digital transactions. Okay? So this is just another step, phasing out key components of how people buy and sell on a day-to-day basis. That's what these major corporations and global governments are doing. It says starting from 2030, Mastercard will no longer require Europeans to enter their card numbers manually when checking out online, no matter what platform or device they're using. Okay? Now, dealing with Europe, that's a part of the beast system. When you read Revelation, the 13th chapter, it says the beast will cause all both small and great, free and bond to receive an implantable device. So in Revelation 13 and 16, the beast is dealing with Europe, the U.S., which all comprise and make up NATO, the North Atlantic Treaty Organizations. It's these governments that are going to introduce a new biometric digital currency device to the planet Earth. All right? And other countries are also doing it as well. Russia, China, okay, North Korea, they're all going to be involved in this new system. All right? But here dealing with Europe, they're phasing out, typing your card numbers in. It says instead of the 16-digit card number we're all accustomed to using for transactions, this will be replaced with a randomly generated token. Consumers will be able to make one-click payments at the checkout page using biometric authentication with the thumbprint. So like I said, they're moving to biometrics. Okay? This is all leading to the mark of the beast, the MOTB. All right? And, GMS, we've been saying this for years. It says the experience, and it's out of London, the experience of paying for products and services online could feel a lot different in the coming years. Starting from 2030, Mastercard, and it can be sooner. It's going to be sooner, I believe. Things are moving at a steady pace with these physical digital implants like Neuralink. People are already used to getting, in certain countries, are used to getting implantable devices, to pay with their right hand. So we're in a time of Bible prophecy, man. Okay? it could happen within, the next year. So it says Mastercard will no longer require Europeans to enter their card numbers manually when checking out online, no matter what platform or device they're using. Mastercard will announce Tuesday in a fireside chat with CNBC that by 2030, all cards it issues on its network in Europe will be tokenized. Okay? Let me see here. It says the firm says, and I'm going to jump down. It says the firm says it's been working with banks, fintechs, merchants, and other partners to phase out manual card entry for e-commerce by 2030 in Europe in favor of a one-click button across all online platforms. This will ensure that consumers' cards are secure against fraud attempts, Mastercard says. Users won't have to keep entering passwords every time they try to make a payment, as Mastercard is introducing pass keys that replace passwords. And they're saying that it's to reduce fraud. They got to have a reason, but then they're going to introduce biometrics. Okay. All right. So this is a good article to look on how the infrastructure of the MOTB is currently in development. Because in order for you to actually have something introduced, you got to have an infrastructure to how it works first. In order for you to have cars, you got to build the roads. Understand? So the roadmap for the MOTB is being developed because the device is already here. The Charagma is already here. Okay? But the roadmap that the device is going to be utilized on is being developed and being streamlined. Okay. Now, speaking of the device, right now, this is interesting here. Once again, out of Europe, this is from the BBC, and I think I spoke on this before. But this is an update to this. It says new law says cats must be micro-C-hipped in England. Okay? And this is from June 10th, 2024. Losing a pet can be really upsetting, but a new law hopes to help owners reunite with lost furry friends. It says all cats in England must be micro-C-hipped by the time they are 20 weeks old. The new law took effect on June 10th, and pet owners that break the rules will have 21 days to have one implanted in their cat or could face a fine of up to 500 euros. The rules only apply to those in England. I'm sorry, this is pounds, all right? I'm not from the UK, but, you're going to be charged. And that's going to eventually come to the U.S. when this Charagma is put into place. Either you get the device and then they fine you, or eventually they want to just kill you, behead you. As it says in Revelation, the 20th chapter. Okay? This is the rules only apply to those in England and isn't a legal requirement yet in Scotland, Wales, or Northern Ireland. Okay? Yeah, right. So I think I mentioned this before, all the way back in 2021. That's what they were speaking about. But now they actually, here it is 3 years later, and they put it in place. Okay? 2024. So it's just a matter of time. Okay? Let me get a scripture real quick, because the prophecy says that these things are going to happen, and we got to watch for them. All right? And make sure that we're speaking these things, because, it may seem like, it's not happening. It's happening. Habakkuk 2:1. I will stand upon my watch and set me upon the tower and will watch to see what he will say unto me and what I shall answer when I am reproved. So the watchman, the prophet, watches the news. applies the scriptures to it. And the Lord answered me and said, write the vision and make it plain upon tables, that he may run that readeth it. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak. Right, there was an appointed time for them to get these pets, micro C hip, and then as time went on, the law went into place. Well, the same thing is going to happen with prophecies. We're seeing the prophecies being set up. We're seeing people get these implantable devices. We're seeing the biometrics and the shift to digital payments is being introduced. Eventually, it's going to come to pass. It says, but at the end it shall speak and not lie, meaning the prophets are not going to be found liars, and it's going to be manifested. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come. It will not tarry. And all throughout the news this year, 2024, you hear about Neuralink. You hear about these micro C hips and these pets. You hear about biometrics and the shift to digital payments, and corporations and governments doing different digital payment methods and introducing different things. Okay? The world is finding out, I'm talking about the world of Israel is finding out that GMS has always been right. Okay? And a lot of you Israelite leaders are going to have to tell your congregations the truth, or you're going to continue to lie, and that's just going to lead them into their destruction. Okay? Now I got one more here. And this is from the Elkert Truth, which reads, Life of Cyborgs. Watch how an implant is done. So there's this video. I'm not going to play it, but you can see the title here. Pretty much he goes into getting this device. Actually has multiple different devices in his hands and arms that this guy uses, throughout his daily life. And that's the future of what the elites in this system want. So it says here, this Dutch cyborg is already full of implants, but it's never enough. We follow him through his surgery in the next attempt to upgrade his body. Yeah, so watch this video. I believe it's like 3 minutes long. Okay. Life of Cyborgs. Watch how an implant is done. You just put that into Google and it'll pop up. And you can see how these people are living with these devices. Okay? Magnets and radiation emitting all from his body. It looks cool to the outside eyes, but in reality, that's destroying the human body. And that's not something that Yahweh, by Shemiah Shai, designed us for. That's not how he designed man. So that's why we say, don't take this charagma, these implantable devices. Charagma is the Greek word for the word mark in Revelation 13 and 16. Okay? It's going to lead to your destruction. Okay? And it's all going to come out of Europe. It's going to come out of the U.S. And it's going to be around the world. And that's how you're going to pay for things, through biometrics. As it says here in this first article, with Mastercard. You're going to have to use biometrics. You're going to have to use these tokens and different CBDCs. They have an agenda. They have a plan.
90.
This here saying 2030. Kyle Schwab said back at the 2017 WEF forum, he said that humans, were to get brain implants by 2027. Well, it's 2024 and it's already happening. You just got to pay attention, watch, okay? But with that, I'm going to end it there. I hope it's edifying. All praises, glory, and honors go once again to Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, Bashim Kakodash. Double honors once again to the apostles, elders, bishops, the great millstone. Shalom. And don't take the micro C hip. Shalom.